everyone, welcome back. Today we will be looking at my top 5 self-help podcast recommendations for inspiration, entertainment and to having an overall growth mindset, which is very important, right? Podcasts are also a great way to learn new things. I have listened to hundreds, if not thousands, of podcast episodes so far, mostly while commuting, working out, cooking, folding laundry, things like that. But if you are looking for information on what podcasts are, how to tune into podcasts, then you must listen to the first 2 minutes of my previous podcast video. The link is in the description. Also, now that we have all these things out of our way, let's dive into my recommendations.
The very first one on my list is On Purpose with Jay Shetty. Most of you might have heard about Jay Shetty. If not, he is a purpose coach, the author of the book Think Like a Monk, a YouTuber, and a former monk. Coming back to the podcast, you will notice that if in one episode he talks about, say, 4 ways to avoid distractions and train your brain for focus during lockdown, then in the next episode he interviews people like Kelly Rowland, Gretchen Rubin, Mark Hyman, Arthur Blank, Radhanath Swami, Gauranga Das, Lily Collins, and so on. So basically, he alternates between providing useful advice related to self-help and interviews some of the most insightful people in the world. These conversations are very informative and interesting to listen to. New episodes come every Monday and Friday, averaging between 30 to 40 minutes. They are definitely worth your time. Try it out. Next on my list is The Tim Ferriss Show. If you're into entrepreneurship or personal development, then Tim Ferriss is not a new name for you. His book, The 4-Hour Work Week, is such a great read, especially during these times where everyone is freelancing and working from the comfort of their home. So, in this podcast, Tim Ferriss invites those people who are famous and top in their fields and also those who work behind the scenes of these successful people. Since his social circle is huge, the guests he interviews are mostly someone he already knows. Actually, they don't feel like interviews. They are more like conversations, but a small heads up here. Episodes are pretty long as they delve incredibly deep and talk about various tips, tricks, tools, formulas, strategies that have allowed them to get to that next level. We get to listen to people from diverse fields, and that gives us a wide perspective on life. Tim Ferriss also gives us these bite-sized, actionable pieces which are gold if you ask me. So definitely give this podcast a try and thank me later. Next up, we have the Marie Forleo podcast. Marie Forleo is a well-known name in the self-help and personal development space. She is one of Oprah's thought leaders, and you can actually find an episode on Oprah's SuperSoul Conversations with Marie. So that is another very good podcast. So link is in the description in case you're curious. What's more interesting about this podcast is that she covers a variety of topics from business, marketing, and career advice to tackling failure and fear to philanthropy and making this whole world a better place to live. The conversations are extremely lively and energetic with humor sprinkled all the way. I highly recommend this podcast to get some actionable strategies for greater happiness, success, motivation, love, health, fulfillment, and so much more. Some episodes are about 20 minutes long, while others can be around the 40 minutes mark. Fourth one is Happier with Gretchen Rubin. Gretchen Rubin is a best-selling author of The Happiness Project, which I again highly recommend. The New York Times called her the queen of the self-help memoir. Our co-host is none other than her younger sister, Elizabeth Craft, who she refers to as her happiness bully. If you want to get some practical tips on how you can become happier and some advice on inculcating good habits that will in turn improve your overall well-being, then this is a must listen. There is also a drop down here where you could choose the topic that you wish to tune into. There are loads of episodes, each ranging anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes. There is a reason why this podcast has more than 112 million downloads. The conversation between sisters is so light, fun, and energetic. I'm sure you will enjoy it. The last one on my list today is TED Talks Daily. If you want to learn something new from leading creators every single weekday and ignite your curiosity, then tune into TED Talks Daily. You will find episodes on any subject you can think of, from quantum computers, entrepreneurship, artificial intelligence, and the list goes on. The episodes are just about 10 minutes long, so you could finish one by the time you have your snack. I hope you enjoy these recommendations.
If you're wondering how I listen to podcasts, then I just use the simplest, the podcast app that comes with iPhone. So there are no ads, no fluff. It's just the way I like it. It works perfectly well for me, so I go with it. Yes, I increase the playback speed to 1.5 times just to soak up as much as possible in the little time that I have. And a double yes, I use the plus 15 seconds option a lot. So those of you who are already using this app, you know what I'm talking about, right? So with that, this is Chandana signing off. Stay happy and healthy. Talk to you all soon.